Oh, man. Woo. I'm nervous, boys. I'm nervous. Here by myself, rolling solo. I'm at the crib. Did the Christmas tree backdrop. I got the alternate helmet right there. And, of course, Allen Ross St. Brown right there. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's going to be a disaster. We're going to find out together, though. Got a little music turned down a little bit. Got my my tequila sunrise. Some things don't change. One thing that does change is I am flip-flopped. I'm not mirrored. This is my right hand that I'm drinking with right now. All right, it's not bad. Trying a new tequila today. Astral Blanco. Trying a new one. Giving it a whirl. One thing I did notice, the camera on this laptop is horrible. But that's what happens when you have the girlfriend buy a new one. I'm repping Sonic and Knuckles. Ready to go. Man, what an up and down week in the picks. Holy cow, you guys. I went through the scores. I went back through them just to make sure, since I'm riding solo, I didn't have Steve there to, bounce it off. Make sure I'm right on these. None of these numbers are official, but I think they're right. I will, double check with Steve. We'll make sure. Anyways, let's get right into it. It's perfect timing with a little intro music there. I got the Google Home bringing me the music. Chad Burge, my guy. Whew. Let's jump right into your college picks. And I wrote it down just the way you typed it. You had the world famous Ohio State Buckeyes and TTUN, that team up north. Over 43.5. They didn't even come close. That's a loss. And then, again, anytime you guys want to get on the Spartans, give me a call. Shoot me a text. Throw it out to me. And I will try to steer you in the right direction. You took my MSU Spartans. First Rutgers in a pick'em. They lost 41-14. That is a big loss right there. Texas A&M, you wanted the over 48.5. 17-7 was that total. 17-7. They hit 24 total points. That's going to be an 0-3 in the college. That's a big stinger. Not the only 0-3 of the week, though. Spoiler alert. Definitely not the only 0-3. Moving on to your pros. Hopefully it got a little bit better for you. It took the Lions minus 10.5. Not a good start. Yep, they only won by 3. This was the 1 week. I know I've been saying jump on the Lions every week. This is the 1 week that I stayed away from the Lions. I had a feeling it was going to be a close game. And sure enough, it was looking good in the first half. Like it was going to, they're going to hit that 10.5. But no, they didn't. So that's going to be a loss. And then you had the Steelers getting the 2.5 versus the Bengals. Love that pick. I've been on the Steelers quite a bit this season. And they've been picking up steam lately. That's a win. And then you had the Vikings versus Arizona over 45. They hit 45. So that's a tie for you to go 1-1 in the pro, to go 1-4-1 on the week. It's a rough one. It's a rough one, but it's not the only rough one. You are not alone. Typically, what we do after Chad, we go in alphabetical order. We go right to me, but I'm skipping me. I'm going to do me last because it's my show today, and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. So, we're going to jump right to Danny P. Danny P. Army versus UTSA. My man jumped on the Army and the Roadrunners. Under 55.5. Well, meet, motherfucker, because 53. Woo! Just hit it. That's a win. Then he took Fresno State plus the 9.5 versus UCLA. That's a win. They lost 20-13, but the 9.5 was enough to get you a dub, my friend. Then You took Notre Dame -7. This was a common pick this week. I've seen it a lot. We're going to see it again. Notre Dame -7 versus USC. 49-35 was that final score. That's a win to go 3-0 in the college. Woo! Moving on to your pro. Let me take a sip first. This is the thing. Normally Steve gets to talk and then I get to drink. You took the Atlanta Falcons plus the 1.5 going against the Chargers. 1.5 was not enough. That's going to be a loss. That was 17-13 in that game. Then you took the Bucks, laying the 5.5 versus the Panthers. The Bucks did win, but it took them overtime to do it, and it took a field goal to do it, 26-23. So that's going to be a loss. 5.5, man. It's the devil's number. You stay away from it. You stay away from it. Jesus said so. Get it? It's Christmas. Anyways, moving on. Eagles plus the 2.5 versus the Ravens. They outright beat them 24-19. I wanted to jump on that game too, but I didn't have the stones to do it. Good to see somebody did. That's a win. To go 1-2 in his pro, to go 4-2 on a week. Hell of a week for Danny P. The man's been on a tear. You guys look out. Otherwise, he'll run you the fuck over. Oh, man. I think we're doing good. We're doing good. We don't need Steve. I really do. I'm freaking out over here. Freaking out, boys. Here we go. Moving on to Rosie, my guy. Still need a hoodie from you, Rosie, by the way. Need a new hoodie from you. Keep me posted. Let me know on when I can get my hands on one of those. You took Arizona State minus the 9. I fucking love that pick. I was on Arizona State for a couple weeks there. Going against Arizona. Jumping on the rivalry games. 49-7. Huge win for Arizona State. That's a win. Missouri minus the 4 against Arkansas. They win 28-21. That's a win. Then he jumps on Maryland plus the 24 against Penn State. 24 wasn't enough. They lost 44-7. That's going to be your one loss in the college game to go 2-1 in your college game. Moving on to the pro. Another guy that took the Lions minus the 10.5. That's going to be a loss. Giants plus the 4. Giants plus the 4 against Dallas. Dallas wins 27-20. 4 is not going to be enough to get you there. That's going to be a loss. Green Bay minus 3 against Miami. What's going on with Miami? They're a fucking disaster. You take them out of the sun, you put them in a little bit of cold weather, and they shit the bed. 30-17 was that total. That's going to give you a win to go 1-2 in the pro, 2-1 in the college, 3-3 on the week. Hey, somebody text me if you can't hear me. If I need to be louder, keep me posted. Let me know. I'll yell. I am a little bit away. I'm probably a little further away from the camera than it looks. We're going to keep on cruising, though. Mike, Big Mike, Sasquatch, Cuz, whatever the fuck you want to call him. U of M, OSU. He took the over just like Burgess did. You guys are fools. What are you doing the over in a rivalry game? Who does that? That's a big, fat loss. Mississippi State, Ole Miss took the under here. There you go. Under 62. I think they hit 40. They only hit 40. There you go. Hit the unders on the rivalry game. That's a win. Then he took Texas minus the 5 against A&M. That's going to be a win to go 2-1 in your college. Something popped up. Steve said, "Oh, I should have worn my contacts." The cool, this guy, I'm blushing now. I'm blushing. Anyways, Texas minus a 5 versus A&M. Another rivalry game. Love it. 17-7. That's going to be a win to go 2-1 in your pro or your college. I'm sorry, the tequila's already hitting me. Can you believe it? Moving on to your pro. Hopefully you did as good in the pro as you did in the college. Lions minus the 10. Not a good start. Minus the 10.5. That's going to be a loss. But then you jumped on Green Bay minus the 3. Love that pick. I may have had that in mind. Spoiler alert. That's a win. Bills, Niners. First you were on the over. Remember that? You're on the over 45. And then you said, no, I want the under 45. Turns out to hit 45 either way. You're getting a tie, motherfucker. 1 and 1 to go 3, 2 and 1 in your pro picks. Still on the winning side, though. Still on the winning side, unlike the rest of these fools. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Made a good one here. Moving on to Pat. Cutting Pat. Fatty Pat, Patty Fatty 2x4. We're going to call you Patty Fatty 2 and 4 because that's what it seems to be lately. Michigan, Ohio State, and in his email, he had a line going through Ohio State. The disrespect, but it paid off for him. Well, in the game, it paid off for him. Not in his picks. He took the over just like some of you other clowns. That's a loss. He took Miami of Florida, not Ohio. Minus the 11. Going up against Syracuse. That's going to be a loss. Syracuse, that was actually one of the underdogs that I was looking at. And I didn't have the stones to jump on them. Probably should have put a little scratch on it too when I was over there watching it at Steve's house. But I didn't, so I have to still work. That's going to be a loss. Illinois, minus the 9 versus Northwestern. He gets him back in the win column there to go 1 and 2 in his college. In the pro, Lions, Bears. Did he take the 10.5? Did he say minus the? No, he took the over. Fool. It actually was pretty close. They hit 43, but it was 48, so that's going to be a loss. Then he took the Chargers, laying 1.5 against Atlanta. That's a win. Good old Harbaugh coming through for you. Your Wolverines win and Harbaugh wins for you. What a time to be a Michigan fan, you bastards. Bucks minus the 5.5. Another guy jumps on the Devils number. 26-23 in overtime. That's going to be a loss. To go 1 and 2 in the pro, 1 and 2 in the college. To go 2 and 4. Patty Fatty 2 and 4 is what we call him now, folks. Moving on to the man that we're missing today. The smiling face, the Robin to my Batman. You're seeing the Batman to my Robin. Keep me posted. He took his Michigan Wolverines plus the 20.5. He said, fuck it. I'll go down with the ship. But no, they went outright. That's a big win for him and his stupid program. And then he took Vandy, getting the 11 versus Tennessee, which I actually like that. I was another underdog that I was looking at, and I'm glad I didn't jump on it because that's a loss. And then another guy who takes Notre Dame minus the 7 against USC. That's a win to go 2 and 1 in the college. What did he do in the pros? Oh, Steve. Let me take a drink. What do you do? Actually, you know what? Let me make another drink while we talk about your pro picks here. I know Steve doesn't want to talk about it. He was watching. He was commenting. I'm pretty sure he has now turned off the stream. He doesn't want to have anything to do with this conversation. My man jumped on all of the Thanksgiving games. Every last one of them. Which is dumb. Why do we have 3 of them, by the way? You know, they gave Dallas it eventually, but this was a Lions thing. And all right, Dallas, it's America's team. Everyone wants to watch them. Okay, whatever. But Green Bay, Miami? Really? Anyways, we'll make this real quick for you, Steve. Lions, Bears, over the 48. That's a loss. Giants, Dallas, under 38.5. That's a loss. Green Bay, Miami, over the 48. That's a loss to go 0 and 3 in your pro picks to go 2 and 4, just like Pat. That's a stinger. All right. My turn. College picks for me. Remember, I needed a 6-0 to hit 25. I was going to do the unthinkable. All right? I need more tequila. I was going to do the unthinkable. Something never been done in picks history of the race to 25, which has been one time. South Carolina plus the 3 versus Clemson. They went outright 17-14. Love me some South Carolina Gamecock football. That's a win. Minnesota, Wisconsin under the 44.5. They barely hit 30. That was a win. I was another one that jumped on Notre Dame minus the 7. A beautiful pick. That's a win. Steve said something again. Yep. I was waiting for the comments about my mother, Steve. There they are. I love the engagement. I love the interaction. I knew I should have worn it because I had a feeling this guy was going to start talking that shit. Especially when you talk about me going 3-0 in the college. Moving on to my pro. Green Bay minus the 3. I threw that one in early for me. Green Bay minus the 3. That's a win. Then I got on the Rams taking on the terrible New Orleans Saints. It's like Stafford's got to be able to beat the Saints, right? Right? Sure enough, Rams minus the 2. They win 21-14. That's a win. Oh, my God. Sitting at 5 wins. And what do the Bengals do? The damn Bengals. When I jump on Pittsburgh, I've been jumping on Pittsburgh all season. I don't fuck with the Bengals. Pittsburgh. No. I was like, oh, this is a get-right spot for Pittsburgh. Joe Burrow, all them. If they lose this game, their playoff chances drop to like 5%. This is gonna be a get-right spot for them. And it's only 2.5. Win by a field goal. And your boy goes 6-0. Wins the race to 25. A parade down Hibner Road out here for me. Nope. They outright lose to the Steelers. That's what I get for picking against Tomlin. So I go 5-1 on the week. That's 3 5-1s in a row. We're talking 15-3 over the last 3 weeks. Has anybody done that in the picks? Somebody talk to the person who runs this shit and let me know. All right. The standings. Where are we sitting? What we doing? How your mama doing? In a tie for first place. A man that's been climbing each week. I know what you're thinking. It's me. It's not me. Not there yet. I'm working on it. Danny P. Sitting at 45-32-1 for 45.5 points. Tied with Chad at 44-31-3 for 45.5 points. Nicely done, Danny P, by the way, climbing. Chad, you've been lingering up there the whole time. But another 1-4-1 or what? Yeah, another 1-4-1, and that could change. It's close. Because nipping at both your heels right now with 45 points is yours truly, Mr. 15-3 in the last 3 weeks himself at 44-32-2. And right behind me at 44 points is Steve. A man who once held the first place spot. He was in second last place, dropped to fourth, or last week. He was in second, dropped to fourth this week at 43-33-2 to bring his total points to 44. Tied with Jason at 44 points, also at 43-33-2. Same record, same points. You guys are adorable. And who we got left? We got Pat coming up behind him at 41 points, 39-35-4. And Mike nipping at his heels, 37-37-4 to give him 39 points. So we're talking 45.5, 45, a pair of 44s, a 41, and a 39. The race is 25. It's interesting. It's tight. In the lead right now with 24 is myself. I was at 19 last week. 5 wins took me to 24. Could have been a beautiful thing. Fucking Bengals. Right behind me is Danny P at 22 wins. He was at 18 last week. Got himself a 4-2 this week to jump up to 22. And nipping at his heels is Chad, who was at 19 last week, and luckily he got one win and he's at 20. You could have been right up there in the mix, Chad. Right behind him at 19 wins is Jason Rose, who was at 16 last week. And the last three are all tied at 18 wins in their race to 25. And barring some sort of catastrophic event for myself, Danny P, even Chad. Yeah, you guys might be out of the running, but it's not impossible. Improbable? Yes. Not impossible. You guys are sitting all at 18. Mike was at 15 last week. Pat and Steve both at 16. They had 2 wins. Mike had 3. So it's close. It's close. And that's the way we like it here. That's the way we like it. Other than that, how about that Michigan-Ohio State game? Wow. Man, I really wish that Steve was with here right now to talk about it with me, but he's not. We got the Lions, Green Bay. Just like I was nervous last Thursday, I am nervous about this one. I'm probably staying away from that game. I think the last time I looked at it, the spread was at the devil's number at Lions minus 5.5. I have zero interest in that. You guys do with it what you will. But I am probably once again staying away from the Lions this week. I'm more curious about that Lions and Bills number for the next game. I would love to see the Lions as an underdog. Where is that game being played? Is that in Detroit? Let's have a look-see. This is how we do it live. Show me the game. Show me the schedule. It is Bills at Lions. Are the Lions a home underdog? I haven't looked at Lions. I haven't looked at the Lions yet. I'm going to put it at... Lions can't be a home underdog. I don't give a shit who's coming in here, right? Can't be. I mean, it's going to be like a 2.5. It's going to be less than a field goal, whatever it is. Do they even do a 1.5? Lions minus the 1.5? It's straight pick 'em. Oh, my God. I'm nervous for that one, too. I'm probably not going to – I don't know. If the Lions are an underdog, I'm definitely getting up. Man, but yeah, I want to get through this Packers game. My brother and his woman, who's from Wisconsin, big Green Bay fan, they're going to the game. They had a couple extra tickets, $6.50 a pop. I thought about it for about a half a second. It would be a sweet game to be at, that's for sure. But I'll watch it from the comfort of my own home. Maybe I'll go over to Steve's if you guys are, done being sick over there. Keep me posted. Let me know on that. But all right, that's it. I've done my job. I've given you the numbers. As usual, it's still anybody's game. You saw me go from a solid hold on 6 fucking plays to now being in basically second because there's 2 people tied for first place. And you've seen people like Patty Fatty 2 and 4 dropping down to 6th place. And having his big brother nipping at his heels. Mike's been clawing back. Y'all better watch out. He put together a nice week this week. A couple more nice weeks like that. You get a guy like Chad doing 1-4. You get Steve keep putting up these 2 and 4s. It's still anybody's game. Still plenty of time. Obviously, college football goes into the playoffs. It works the same. Pick the playoff games, just like you'd pick any other college game. And, yeah, we keep rolling with it. And last time we had to do eventually it was all NFL picks because we ran out of college games to pick. But yeah, that's it. I'm done. Fuck you, Steve. You keep my mom out of the comments, you bastard. But yeah, go Lions. I don't have a fancy little mouse like Steve does. Sonic and Knuckles better get back on their game. This was like the first game in 2 years they haven't had either one of them had a touchdown. Yeah, that's it. And Amon Ra, get in the fucking end zone this time, buddy. All right, boys, I'm out. I think. Somebody make it stop.